Hello everybody, Bill Ben Boko Productions here, and today I am bringing you the second episode of the series I should have named in the first episode of the Northwestern Reviewer. Now, on Northwestern Reviewer, I talk about Thomas episodes, and the Thomas episode we'll be talking about today is Donald and Douglas in the US or Breakvan in the UK. Now, what do I think about this episode? Well, like I said, it was not my introduction to the Caledonian twins. Thomas and the Missing Christmas Tree was my introduction. And, well, seeing this episode now was beautiful, but the history behind it is amazing. Basically, this was the second part in a trilogy to introduce Donald and Douglas. The first one being the missing coach, the second one being this episode, and the third one being the deputation. Now, the missing coach was actually filmed, but Brittlecroft quit it because she thought it'd be a little too confusing to kids, so she scrapped it, making Donald and Douglas's intro a little rushed. And actually, that's my only gripe with it, that Donald and Douglas's intro are rushed. Seriously, this is literally how the episode begins.
Donald and Douglas are twins and had arrived from Scotland to help Sir Topham Hatt, but only one engine had been expected. The twins meant well, but did cause confusion. Sir Topham Hatt had given them numbers, Donald 9 and Douglas 10, but he was still planning to send one engine home.
Anyway, with that out of the way, let me get on to the plot. Basically, Sir Topham Hatt orders a new shunting engine, but two engines arrive. And then when the two engines arrive, they give it new numbers. And this little asshole, nicknamed the Spiteful Breakvan, starts giving shit to Douglas, one of the Scottish twins. Donald, tries to keep him in order, shouting on him saying, "You're a muckle nuisance," and all of that noise. And yes, I did just pull a Donald voice. Anyway, basically, after a little while, the Breakvan behaves and gives James some shit, and then, and basically, the Breakvan fucking dies. And before anyone in the comments gets on my ass about, oh, the Breakvan didn't die, there's actually a rule. If a character doesn't die on screen, that means they didn't die. And also, this shows that the engines can have injuries because the Breakvan has a black eye. Anyway, so he basically got crushed on screen, so that means he died. And anyway, his face was actually seen on a truck in Percy's predicament. I will show that image now. Anyway, on to the most interesting point. This video is actually a collab. Now, it's a collab with CanYouSeeFish. I will let him speak now. Go ahead, my good man.
Well, I agree with you on the subject of Breakvan. I think it's a really strong episode from a really strong series of the show, and that's why it's one of my favourites from Series 2. Both of the crashes are excellent. I love the way the wall just disintegrates as Donald hits the signal box, and the sound effects of splintering wood combined with Mike and Junior's excellent rendition of the breakdown theme makes the scene of Douglas smashing the van feel very impactful. I feel like this is one of those episodes that, once you've seen it, you don't easily forget it. Breakvan is also one of my favourite Railway series stories, and in my opinion is the best part of the book, The Twin Engines. Yeah, Donald and Douglas's introduction is rushed, and I would have liked it if they'd made the missing coach just so that the twins could have got a proper introduction, but I think that you could overlook that because of how stellar the rest of the episode is. Due to the crashes, and just for the fact that he did introduce Donald and Douglas, two of my favourite characters in the series, I give Breakvan an 8.5 out of 10. Now back to you, Bill Ben Boko Productions, for the rest of the review.
Thank you, my good man. I will leave his channel in the description below. Now, back to the rest of the review. Now, what do I overall think of this episode? Like CanYouSeeFish said, yes, it actually is quite strong, and I honestly do like it. And honestly, it's got another reason I have put in my voice acting career. I can do Donnie and Dougie's voice. Quite easy. And besides, I know one of many things not a lot of people know, that these two actually are from Scotland, Caledonian Scotland to be specific. I mean, really takes a TNF fan and Iron Will. Now, I love this episode. I truly love everything about it. So like CanYouSeeFish said, I will also rate this an 8.9 out of 10. And I will see you all in the next review. Goodbye!